Hello viewers, you are welcome to my YouTube channel once again. Today we are beginning with the senior 4 topic, that is the topic 13, web design. So before we go any further, I would like you to like, share, subscribe. Before we go into the real designing, there are some terminologies that you are supposed to come across, that you are supposed to study about. At least we go the other side when we know something. So as you know, topic 13, that is handled in senior 4, term 1 is web design. So when you talk about publishing software or desktop publishing or web publishing, when we talk about it, it means the process of planning, creating, manipulating, saving and uploading hyperlinked HTML documents or web pages to a computer network so that they can be viewed via web browsers. When we talk about web browsers, these are applications, or let me say the softwares which enables users to navigate through the web, like for example the Google Chrome, Firefox, Mozilla, so those ones. So when you talk about the web design or publishing, it simply refers to the process of planning, getting ideas on what you are going to do, creating, now implementing it, manipulating, figuring out which one is supposed to be here, which one is supposed to be here, saving what you have done, and then publishing it so that viewers can view it using different browsers. So when I talk about web design, there are some things that we use to create a website. Website simply refers to a collection of web pages which are linked together. So what are some of the softwares that we use to create websites? There are very many, and these days, like in the school setting, we normally use 2 or 3. That is the Notepad and the Expression Web and also Dreamweaver, and at some extent also the WordPress. So what are some of the softwares we use? We use the Notepad, a Microsoft Front Page 2003. We use Adobe Dreamweaver CS4. We use the Web Plus X4. It's now owned by Microsoft. We have also the Microsoft Expression Web, of which I'm going to show you its interface. But before we go any further, this is the interface of Microsoft Expression Web. When we finish coding, I'll teach you, we shall go through how to use Expression Web to make a website. Expression Web is having nearly the same interface with Dreamweaver. So we have Expression Web, we have the Nemo Web Editor and Nemo Web Editor 8 and Professional. We have the SoThink DHTML Menu 9 and Tree Menu 2. Next one is Antenna Web Design Studio 3. Then we have All Web Menus Pro 5, and we also have Photo FX is a Website Pro 4. So those are some of the authorizing web design softwares. Here I've not mentioned WordPress. WordPress is also amongst them. So you can design a website using these application programs. Among us, except the Notepad, but the rest are third-party softwares, because Notepad is inbuilt. The moment you install your Windows in your machine, you can be in position to access it. And that's the reason as to why I usually tell people at least to master it, because you never know basing on your hardware capabilities. Your machine might not be in position to hold the other software. So it's better to understand the Notepad, and if you are lucky enough, you can install the third-party softwares to use, like these other ones that are mentioned. So what are the terminologies that we use in web designing? One, we have what we call the bookmark. Here we shall go into it very fast. A bookmark is an anchor tag that defines and links to a specific location in an HTML document. Bookmarks are useful when you have long pages that are divided into logical sections, or when you want to jump from one central list to a central list of links to multiple locations of the page. That one use the bookmark. Then we have the FTP, that is file transfer protocol, and it's used for copying files to and from remote computer systems on a network using a transfer control protocol, or the IP. IP simply means the internet protocol, and these ones are all internet based. Then we have the HTML. HTML simply means the hypertext markup language. This is the language that we use when designing the website. We say it's a tagging system used to code documents so that they can be published on a World Wide Web and viewed with a browser. Like, for example, we are going to design our website using the codings. So in addition to that, we have also the hypertext transfer protocol. This is the protocol which is used to access information on the World Wide Web. In some books, you will see World Wide Web abbreviated as www. Then we have the hypertext transfer protocol secure. When you see secure, it's all about safeguarding. And when you talk about safeguarding, we think about the SSL, secure socket layer. So it's a combination of hypertext transfer protocol with the SSL, that is the secure socket layer. It provides encrypted information and secure identification of network web server. As I said, it's all about protection of your contents in the website. Then we have also the hyperlink. A hyperlink simply involves the linking of different contents or different pages, different website pages to the other. So we say here, and it can be in form of a button, it can be in form of a text, it can be in form of a picture, whereby when you click inside it, it takes you to more, it can be a broad content. So when you talk about a hyperlink, it's a text or graphic text that users click to go to a file, location in the file, an internet or internet site, page, location, and so on. Hypertext is the text with the hyperlinks. When you say hyperlinks, whatever you see that is underlined in a web page, when it's underlined, it's usually blue in color. You just know this information is linked. And for you to say it's linked, the moment you click in it, it takes you somewhere else. Although someone can create a text and underline. So when it doesn't take you anywhere, when you click in it, then it's not a link. But a link is supposed to be underlined, and in some cases also the text change in color. It can be blue. The moment you put the cursor on it, it turns to blue. So we have also the index page. The index page, this one is the home page or the URL of the website. You are serving us as an introduction, having links to other pages. As I'm going to show you the website that I've made using HTML, codes. I've created the homepage. I'm going to show you about how it's all about. And however much you save it as index page, you can also change the page title to homepage. I'll show you about that. Then we have the domain name. The domain name simply means the unique name that identifies a site in the internet. Like for example, I can say http://s : and I say Matwa, teacher Matwa .ac.ug. That is my unique name. It differentiates me from other sites. So that is the domain name. Then the IP address is a numerical label that is assigned to any device participating in a computer network that uses the internet protocol for communication between its nodes. Each gadget that you use, it has its independent IP address, and it's identified when it is connected to the internet. We have the JPG or the JPEG. These ones, this is a file extension for images or pictures. When you are importing it into a website, you attach that name of that file extension of JPG. Then we have the page title. The page title, this one, it is usually displayed on the page banner of a website and in the title bar of our website. Like for example, this one, as you are seeing the cursor, this is now the title bar of the website. Like for example, now remember this one, I've just opened this document in a web browser, and the web browser is this one here, the Microsoft Edge. So its title bar is here, and at the moment this document is ICT in my hands to PDF. So this is now the title. This is now the title, of which if it was the website, this is the file name, but if it was in the website, however much this PDF is saved as ICT in my hand, in the website, I can change it using the title. I can change the name to the home page. So that is it. Then we go to the Uniform Resource Locator, abbreviated as URL. It's the numerical address that web visitors use to locate your website on the World Wide Web. So the name, like for example, if mine is Matwa, teacher Matwa Benard, someone can put and searches and the result will be given. So by use of the Uniform Resource Locator. Then we have the tags. Tags, these are the codings, the HTML codings that we write so that the end users see that detailed information, as I'm going to show you. And in website, we have search symbols that we use of less than, greater than. Those ones we use to enclose and close the tags. We have, like for example, this one, this closing bracket, the opening bracket and the closing bracket, and you inside that is the tag for underlining a text in our website. So we also have this one, the web authorizing software. When you talk about the web authorizing software, this is a website development. These are website development programs that allows web pages to be visually created like a desktop publishing program. Within the softwares that, by the use of the softwares that we talked about in the beginning, they are the ones that are used to make the web pages, and they appear friendly that a user can easily understand, as you are seeing here, like a desktop publishing program. It generates the HTML codes for the pages and is able to switch back and forth between pages without the HTML. So that is it for the web authorizing softwares. Then we have a web browser. A web browser simply means an application program which enables a user to display and interact with text, images, and other informations on a web page. And at first I gave you the examples of the web browsers, like for example, the Opera Mini, the Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, the Internet Explorer, the Netscape. There are very many others. So from there, we have another terminology as the webmail provider. A webmail provider simply means a hosting company that primarily provides end users access to the internet services such as the email. That's it for the webmail provider. Then we have the web server. Web server, this is just like a store. A server is just like a store. And we say here, a computer that stores and delivers websites and their related. Generally, it stores and delivers all the websites and its related resources to the end users by that one is through the internet. When the users request for something, it is picked from the server. So we have another terminology, the website itself. A website is it simply refers to a collection of web pages that are linked together. Then we have this one, what you see is what you get. It implies that a user interface that allows the user to view something very similar to the end result while the document is being created. When you search for something, there are some responses that usually come that are nearly similar with what you want or exact. So from there we have the features of a web authorizing software. So the first one is the views. This one, the first one, number one, works majorly like, for example, with the other application programs except the Notepad. The Notepad, you just use it in a code view. Like for example, let me give an example of the expression web because I installed it here. So let's begin by this one, the standard or the normal view or the design view. This one, like for example, with the expression web, you can just begin designing what you design is what you see. You do not see the other coding part, you only see the design. And the second one, we have the code view. This one you can involve in coding, whereas it's designing itself in the background. And also we have the split. The split involves the combination of the design and the code view. So what you are designing there, like for example with the expression web, you can be designing as you're seeing codes being formulated or generated down. So let me show you with the expression web. For example, this one is the design view. As you can see here, this is the design. So the code is this. If I'm to write anything there, you'll see the code is formulated there. The split is a combination of the code and the design view. Like for example, let me insert here a table of, let me put like this. I say here home followed by about us, then followed by contacts. So as you are seeing here, the moment as I was writing in the design view, the codes were formulated. What you're seeing here is here the table. We have the home, we have the about, the contact, and when you have to go to the design, the code view, you see it already here. And when you go to the design, they are here. So this is with Expression Web, it's very easy. So we go back to our notes. We have creating headings and sub-headings. In HTML, we have 6 headings, heading 1 up to heading 6. And from there, they do vary. The more I write the headings, the smaller they appear. Heading 1 is big, let me say the biggest, for going to as they decrease in size. So in a normal design view or web authorizing software, a text formatting toolbar typically includes the buttons, the italicizing, so that one. Then inserting links like linking one page to another page or a particular content to another. Like for example, in this video, you're going to see where I created a button. The moment you click in that button, it shows you the video. So you're going to do it. Inserting images, you insert image, you keep in mind the name of the image and the file extension is bearing. It can be a JPG or it can have a PNG file extension, so you're supposed to keep in mind the file extension that you are to use. So number 5, we have some of web authorizing softwares use the built-in file transfer protocol capabilities to publish the design pages to our web server. So this one is like, for example, the best example I can give is using WordPress. Then number 6, the web authorizing software also allows users to create cascading style sheets. You can use the coding, that is if you are well versed with JavaScript, PHP, and the CSS itself. Themes, as in using HTML tags, you cannot use themes, but with WordPress you can use themes, of which themes simplifies your work in building that particular web page or collection of pages that is now the website. Then we have also the task planes. A drop-down arrow allows you to switch between various planes offering options. This one is just like the drop-down list or the drop-down menu, of which I'll show you in the website that I made. It has some drop-downs. So what are the demerits of using the web authorizing software? What are the disadvantages of using the web authorizing software? One, it's determinant to the HTML programming skills. When you have a good skill in HTML, you can produce a good work, but if not, then you cannot. Then we say another one, instead of web authorizing software, users simply design web pages much like they would design a word processing or Excel publishing, dragging just items like a drag and drop. So here is not the same as the other way. This one you involve with it. I'm giving this example of coding because we are going to do it first. So these are some of the demerits, and we also have some features of a good website. One, it must have a home page. home page is the first page, and with home page it's better you put all the links that are required there. Like for example, the home tab, you put there about the contact word, so that the user can easily click there and it directs him or her to that particular page that you want. Then you should name the home page as the index.html in line with the web server protocol. Protocol is just like the rules. You are supposed to do it like that. The home page, you name it as the index.html. Then another feature or quality of a good web page or a website, it should not have too much content on one page. That's the reason as why you're supposed to involve in creating links. Do not put everything on one page, at least divide others to be in other pages. Then second last, it should have links to other areas on all pages for easy navigation through the website. The user can be in position to easily navigate through other pages by just links. Then lastly, it should load quickly. Not issues of you command, you click, but it takes time to load, then it shows. That one of the reasons as to why that could be is because you have put a lot of content in your website. So these are some of the things that we are supposed to know. These are some of the terminologies we are supposed to know while using when we are going to design the website.